In this video, I want to answer a great question that I recently got about dog obedience training. What's the best order to teach obedience skills to a puppy who's never been trained before? I know how overwhelming it can feel when it seems like there's an endless list of things that you need to teach your dog. While I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all right order to teach obedience skills in, I thought it'd be helpful to share the sequence that I typically follow. To make things even easier for you, I've created a written version of this list with links to step-by-step tutorials for every skill that I'm going to mention in this video. If you comment list, please, I'll send you a link to that free resource. Now let's talk about what those obedience skills are. The first thing that I teach every dog is a marker word. A marker word marks the precise moment when your dog has completed a cue correctly, or when they've offered a desirable behavior that you want them to repeat. Once a marker word is loaded, it acts as an immediate promise of reward for that specific action. This precise timing helps your dog understand exactly what they need to do to get another reward. Marker words make dog training easier, faster, and more effective, which is why I always teach them first. There's a video tutorial for how to properly load a marker word in that free resource that I mentioned. The next two skills that I teach are sit and lie down. These ones are fun, easy, and quick to learn. I personally think of these skills as a training warm-up. They introduce lure training, they help build a training bond between you and your dog, and they're useful prerequisites for more advanced skills like teaching your dog to stay. The third obedience skill that I teach is leave it, which means don't go after that thing that you're interested in. Once your dog masters the advanced version, then leave it applies to everything of interest, from sidewalk snacks that they find on walks, animals that they want to chase,
Leave it? Yes.
and even teaching them to not steal food that's left unattended. I always prioritize training leave it because it can be a life-saving cue that stops your dog from eating or chasing dangerous things. I highly recommend prioritizing this skill and helping your dog master it. The fourth skill that I usually train is drop it. As a side note, I've noticed that many dog guardians confuse leave it and drop it, and they use them interchangeably even though they mean completely different actions from the dog. As mentioned, leave it means don't go after that thing that you're interested in. It's preventative, and it's used when your dog doesn't have the item in their possession yet. If your dog already has the item in their mouth, then you would use the cue drop it. This means release that item from your mouth. It's a completely different action from your dog, so it needs to be trained separately and cued correctly. Remember, your dog can only follow your cues if you're clear in what you're asking for.
Near a drop.
The fifth cue that I typically teach is stay, which means hold that position until I release you. I typically train stay after I train leave it and drop it because I don't find stay quite as valuable. However, it can be useful during times such as staying in place when guests enter the home, for staying in a certain spot while you eat meals, or for preventing them from running into dangerous situations. Now you might have noticed that I haven't mentioned leash training yet, even though that's an important obedience skill. That's because I view proper leash training a bit differently than these other skills. While cues like sit, down, and leave it can be taught in just a few training sessions, leash training is more complex and a longer-term process. It's about building good, consistent habits while addressing your dog's natural instincts to pull, explore, and sniff during walks. Therefore, after a marker word is loaded, I encourage working on leash skills for at least 10 minutes per day while also teaching the other obedience skills on this list. I've included my full, step-by-step beginner leash training tutorial in that free resource. It'll teach you how I start building those important foundational leash skills. If you want to learn a simple, fun, but very effective game to build engagement with your dog, then check out this video next. Happy training! I'll see you in the next video.